Hello everyone, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Come on in. Don't be shy. Grab a seat, get some tea, and enjoy the vibes. Today, if you see this thumbnail, you clicked on this video, you see the title, today we are doing um a Kardashian reading. I thought it would be interesting to do one just because I recently seen something with Khloe. I've seen a lot of them, a lot popping up about them on my timeline, whether I want to or not. I'm pretty sure I've tried everything I can to make sure they don't pop up. But of course, they're like America's favorite media darling, so they just keep coming up. And no, I will not be doing a reading on whether their relevancy and things like that are dying, because if you ask me, it sure is taking a while to go away, because I thought they were irrelevant years ago. But people are still keeping up with with the Kardashians, and so are we apparently, because I'm going to be doing this reading. So I'm going to break this up into 3 parts, because I want to look into a few things. So first things first, we all know that there was a big blow up between Kim and Kourtney, probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that, about Kim being angry at Kourtney for not being relevant. This is before she married Travis Barker, and, that whole situation. But now apparently they're beefing again, because it was rumored that, Kim said that Kourtney apparently her whole wedding was paid for by D&G or something like that. DSG, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I remember seeing the headline, and that apparently the two sisters are at it again and beefing. But this is all coming on the heels of her apparently saying she want Kanye back. So I may even get into that, of kind of like, does Kim really want Kanye back, the beef between Kim and Kourtney. And then I'm going to also go into whether Kim is now dating Tom Brady, because that is wild. And then of course, I want to get into the Khloe and Jordan situation, because now that Khloe hopefully is no longer involved with Tristan Thompson, whatever his name is. I hope she's moved on for him, but now she has their son that they planned on having together through a surrogate, and she's now kind of having a hard time bonding with him. This has been all over the blogs and stuff like that. People have been talking about it, and she was saying, how surrogacy, she wished people would have told her how impersonal it can be sometimes, and how it makes it hard for you to kind of attach to your child when it's someone you haven't carried and held and all this stuff. So I'm going to get into a reading on Khloe and Jordan, possibly, what's the real deal with her bonding with her son. We're just going to see what the cards give us if they come up. But thank you all for coming in. Now that I've gotten the long-winded stuff out the way, I do have to issue the disclaimers that I am a self-taught diviner. So there are some things in these cards that I will not pick up on. Maybe you will. Maybe someone who's more familiar with tarot would probably pick up on or know better or would say to you. But I'm just going to relate to you what I get, because, again, I'm just a self-taught diviner. And so, of course, there's going to be some things in this that is going to come, that's going to be wrong. Like, it's just is what it is. People energy changes. Sometimes I misinterpret things. That's just the way it is. So don't take this as something, it's like, it's gospel. It is what it is. I'm not telling you that. I started this whole channel for that specific reason, because I want to kind of debunk that, oh, tarot is like the end all be all and the cards are powerful and all this other stuff. That's not what it is. They're simply just a tool, and the person who is conveying the message may or may not be interpreting the message correctly. And again, that would be at a certain time when the person did a reading. Those things can change because we are human. Circumstances change, our energy change, our feelings change. We think about things differently, etc., etc. I do this because I want to learn tarot more, and I feel like this is a good way for me to practice. And you all will be here along for the journey to see how I grow. So with all of that being said, know that, as it states at the bottom of this video here, you see here, see that? It says, opinions expressed in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only. All statements made in this are my opinions. They are, based off of hearsay. as you can obviously tell when I did this opener, because didn't even remember all the facts of like when this and this happened. I just kind of know the overall picture. So there's that. You will see that at the bottom of this video. I have stated it now verbally in this video, and I have also put it down in the description, because I do not need to be getting sued for anything. So with all of that being said, let's get into this reading. We're going to start off with Kim, of course, the big sister. Well, the more well-known sister, in regards to whether or not Kim really wants Kanye back. Let's see. Does Kim Kardashian really want Kanye West back? Okay, so we got one card here. Oh, two, actually, 1 second. So we have two cards here. I think, yeah. So what I'm getting from this is that she has tried to make things work between her and Kanye. And for whatever reason, just things didn't work out. Things changed, circumstances changed. You know, more things were being known or something like that, or being told at the time. And though, you know, that ship has sailed essentially. I think they have tried to do the give and take, and they wanted to really work things out after all these years of kind of like tiptoeing around each other and wanting to be with each other. You know, I think both career-wise and in romance, I think, you know, business and romance, I think they kind of felt like they balanced each other out for a bit there, that they kind of like were kind of like evening out each other's yoke. But now that, you know, those circumstances and things have changed, that's no longer the case, and that ship has sailed. And I think she is sad that it has ended that way, because when I see the Temperance card, that, you know, that's some Sagittarian energy that definitely feels like, you know, I want things to work out. Sagittarians do love their family. They do have a big heart. So I think, so I'm just going to note these. We have the King of Swords in reverse, and there goes the Temperance card again. The Lovers no longer feeling sheltered and in control of their destiny here. We also have the Hermit, and then we also had the World card. But I'm gonna flip these back over because they didn't actually pop out. I like to read if it touched the table, unless it's too many cards. Does Kim really want Kanye back? Does Kim Kardashian really want Kanye West back? Kim Kardashian. I think so this comes through for me. I want the old Kanye. I want the old Kanye. Allegedly. I miss the way things used to be. Source, can I get one more card in regards to whether Kim Kardashian... Oh, there we go. So it was trying to come out like this, but so the Four of Coins, yeah. I think she definitely wants, I think she missed the business perks of it all, the glitz and glam of the relationship. I think she misses that a lot. Let's see, does that help a little bit? Because I have good versus evil happening over here on this light. So I just zoomed this in a little bit because I have this whole good versus evil lighting going on. But anyways, yeah, I think she missed a lot of the perks. I think she feels like she could kind of live a soft life. She didn't have to work as hard because people was willing to kind of work. Like, not saying that, you know, off of her own merit beforehand, people weren't willing to work with her. But I think Kanye kind of added a little more credibility to her brand beforehand. But now I think there's some things behind the scene that he's kind of like, I don't think he's like sabotaging, because he does know, I feel like he realizes this is the children of my mother. But if there's a way I can sow doubt about Kim and her parenting or her business skills, her fashion skills, to where it could help or benefit me. I don't want to bring her to the brink of ruin, but I do want to make things kind of like hard for her. And that's what this feels like. And so that's the feeling I'm getting here. And then we also have the Three of Swords underneath. So I don't think there's a chance that these two are going to get back together. Um, at least with this current energy, I don't feel that there's a chance for them to get back together, because the story behind this one is, the soldier is riding home to his family. He's getting ready to be sent off to the wild islands of the British Isles, and he doesn't know what they're going to meet there. They've heard all of these rumors about these wild, uh, Iceni people or whatever that's living there, these warrior men that's different from them. And, it's this marshy bogland place, it's this magical place, and we don't know if we're going to come back. And he's like writing his family at home. And so I think that the straw for Kanye, I think he can't get over the fact that she painted him out to be like this villain, so to speak, and cut him away from like his kids in a way. And I think that's a hard pill for him to swallow, or to forgive her about, allegedly. And then we also do have the Page of Wands. To me, this is giving waving like the white flag. Like I come in peace, but am I coming in peace or am I coming in war? Like, that's what it feels like. Because I can make it be either or, but it's really based on how I feel that day and what your actions, your words tell me you want to do. Because if I interpret it or take it a different way, then that's just going to be what it is. Interesting. There is a lot of coins in this too. Is there some financial upsets between the two, I wonder? But let's get into this some more. What is the energies between Kanye West and Kim Kardashian? What are the current energies between Kanye West? That is way too many, and they did not flip over, so we're not counting that. What are the current energies between Kanye West and Kim Kardashian? So these flipped over. The threshold. Yeah, they're on a precipice of whether, the relationship changing yet again. And I think someone is afraid to take that next step. When I see the mirror, of course, it always makes me think of reflection. That makes me think of, especially with the moon here, it makes me think of internal perception of kind of like, or reflection of like, how am I going to move about and go about things beforehand? What did I do wrong? Or, where did I take the wrong step to make us go in this direction? What happened to make us go this way? To kind of like drop the ball. And the underlying here is the Pilgrim. So somebody is going on a journey, and I don't think, and I kind of want to say it's Kanye. It feels like there's some kind of a spiritual journey that they're undertaking right now, that they're looking to get into. But I think this whole situation with Kim, allegedly, I have to keep saying that throughout, that it's kind of holding him back as well. Yeah, I'm just feeling like pilgrimage. There's some brink of change here. With the pilgrimage, you have the threshold and then the death here. And then you have the internal kind of like reflection, kind of like I'm taking stock of myself. I'm reviewing some things that I've done before I take this next step. I go on to this journey. Like, that's what it's feeling like. I think something about the kids keeps kind of like tickling the back of my mind as well. Something about the children. I said something about kids, and then here we go. Whatever floats your boat, fulfillment, enthusiasm, follow your bliss, and money comes passion. And money comes, passion project, and do you. And then we also have how's your mom and them? Your people reach out, strong roots, connection, presence, reunion, foundation. I said it was something about the kids, and look what's coming up. So somebody is going to be celebrating something soon. Yeah, with the self-esteem card here in the mirror, I wonder is he just trying to chip away her self-esteem, her feeling of self-worth. Her confidence, yeah, chipping away at her fame. And so that way it'll be easier for him to kind of come in and do what he wants. We also have kiss my grits. This, it sounds like what it is. Like kiss me where the sun don't shine. Like there's no way we're getting back together. And I don't know if that's him or her. I'm just saying the energies right now is like, there's no way we're getting back together because of, I still remember what you said to me that one time. I remember when you did this to me that one time. I can't believe you are keeping me away from my kids. I can't believe you told people this and this about me, something I told you in confidence as my bedmate, my wife. And there's no way I'm forgiving you. Like that's the energy. And it's funny. Okay, so I have to point this out. My Southern folks kind of know this. We have kissed my grits, and then the grits are being made for you to eat on. It's kind of like you have to eat crow. You're going to have to take back some of the stuff that you said. You are going to have to grovel and kiss my before anything changes between us. Like, someone has an ex to grind, and they're not going to be happy until it's sharp. And they did it things. All right, so that's the energies I'm getting for them. I'm not going to get any more into that. But now let's look into whether the rumors are true about Kim and Tom Brady. And yes, I will add timestamps both in the description box and in the comments section so you all can see it. So the comments will come later for the timestamps, but so let's just take note. 8 of Swords. Is Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady really dating? What is the energies between Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady? Okay, that was, you see all these cards that flipped over? That is way too many cards. What is the energies between Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian? Okay, I gotta flip some cards here. What is the energy between Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady? Oh, not counting all of these, but I am counting this one because it flew off to the side. So there is some sexual appreciation, some sexual tension, I think, between the two. I think there's like you can comfort me in a certain way. And I know what it is. Like I know it's not, this doesn't feel like love, but just like, a hot hookup. Like I say that, and then the Empress card comes out. And then as you see here, this is sticking out to the side. The Hanged Man. So allegedly, I think there is like sexual, again, I think there's some sexual tension, some possibility there, some understanding because they both have kids. They're both in the public eye. They've both been attached to very famous people who've kind of upgraded them in their stardom, so to speak. So I think there's that. I think there is some kind of agreement here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a PR thing. Like, hey, in exchange of you letting me take a photo with you to make it seem that we're dating, I will give you, some pseudo power, some pseudo relevancy. It's not something tangible, I'll bring you some relevancy. It's in exchange for something like that. But I think it's going to come back and bite somebody in the foot, because we have the hanged man here in reverse. So I wonder if it's a thing of, it's going to either bite somebody, it's going to come back and bite somebody, or and I wonder if it's Gisele, because wasn't he married to the Victoria's Secret model Gisele Bundchen, I think her name was. Yeah, but this kind of gives me like, somebody is not going to be happy about it. Like the exes, the people on the side are not going to be happy about, or are not happy about these two being together. And look at what we got at the bottom of the pile, the Six of Swords. There's someone looking to persecute this, do not want this to happen. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be their exes. It could, hell, for all we know, it could be their children. It's like, no, mom, dad, don't do this. There we go. That looks much better. I don't know what was going on with the camera earlier. It looks really out of focus, but that looks better. So let me continue onward. So sorry for the first half of this video. It was a bit blurry. But let's move on. Let's see what we're going to get here. What is the current energies between Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian? What is the current energies between Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian? What is the current energies? Okay. So we have the vow. What is with this wedding stuff? Don't tell me they're looking to kind of do a marriage. Like, isn't he still going through a divorce? I don't think it was finalized, was it? Maybe that's why the vow is coming up. And I do want to mention this because there has been a rumor that Tom Brady's wife or ex-wife, I'm not sure at the time of this recording whether they went through with the divorce or they're still together, but there's a rumor that she's a witch, right? And look what flipped over. Kim might want to be careful. Somebody's gonna burn somebody at the stake. What is the energy between Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady? And we also have the maiden. See, this brings up sexual tension to me as well, like temptress, sultry kind of energy. Can I get one more card source in regards to Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady? What is the current energy between Kim Kardashian? Okay, so I had this. Wow, these are way too many cards. But the Pilgrim comes up again, and these cards that fell out. The Pilgrim. So we had the Gem that fell out. We have the Threshold again, Pilgrim, the Unseen, and then the Shaman. Okay, so since too many cards are falling out with that, let's see here. Let's see what we get. Can I get more clarity on the relationship between Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian? Can I get more clarity in regards to the relationship between Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian? What is the energy between two peas in a pot and sheets to the wind? This feels like a drunken hookup to me. Again, this just feels like a lot of sexual tension. But I do want to note that on the two peas in a pot, we do see soul partnership, resonance, true love, mirror match. That's scary. Ooh. Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian, soulmates? But I do see blowing off steam, rebellion, merriment, overindulgence, escape. So I do have to say this. I think allegedly, one is feeling the other more. Yeah, I would say that one is feeling the other person more than, I don't know who exactly. It could be Kim is feeling Tom more than Tom is feeling Kim, or, Tom is feeling Kim more than Kim is feeling Tom. And then someone else is just seeing this as like a nice hookup, a nice, a little PR, a little way to kind of make their ex mad, to get people tongues wagging. They're just kind of like in it for the enjoyment of it all. But, another person is like, no, I can really see this going the distance. I can see it going a ways. What is the underlying card here? We have one horse town, boredom. Yeah, somebody is doing this because they're bored. They don't like the narrative that's kind of being spun about them that's going on. But did I say the underlying card for this one? The prayer. I'm going to say this, and this is all alleged. Like, this is, again, for entertainment purposes only. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody wants them to hook up. It's somebody else in the industry that wants them to get together to kind of get back at one of their partners. I don't know if it's for against Gisele or against Kanye. I'm also hearing like rebranding as well. I don't know why that would be coming up. Rebranding. Who is rebranding? Because the last thing I heard about the whole Gisele and Tom Brady thing was that, she was fed up with him because she was the one who was taking time off and being at home with the kids while he's like, steady signing up for games and stuff like that. And he's in his 40s, I think. I want to say he's 42, something like that. So I wonder if this is a rebrand kind of thing in regards of like making myself seem like a family man, or, seeming family oriented, or merging two families together. Because, the Kardashians are kind of, they're a powerhouse in their own right. And then, Brady, he's a powerhouse, and he's been attached to Gisele Bündchen. And I believe she has a pretty dominant family as well when it comes to Hollywood, or, in Hollywood, I would say. So that is pretty interesting. So I really need to look and see if, because it's four cards here that's kind of speaking to this being more than just a hookup. You have the vow, you have the empress, you have the maiden, and the two-piece in a pod. This makes me think that we might see more of them stepping out. Like right now, a lot of people is just like, oh, this isn't a thing, but we might see more of them stepping out. Like they probably are each other's type in some kind of way. But then I'm also seeing things here of like, there's going to be some underlying things that's going to come up in regards of kind of like the external factors that's around them. In regards to how people perceive them, how their partners is probably going to perceive this relationship, maybe their friends, their children, and things like that. I think there's going to be a lot of that that's going to come up, which I think is natural. It's only natural when you're merging families, whether you're in Hollywood or not. So I think that's pretty natural. But I think there's definitely like some sexual tension here. It's a lot of fiery energy in here. Fiery, that's the candle. Of course, you have the wands. I mean, this passion. You have the sunsets. You have the emperor and empress who are, kind of exchanging powers. You have the vow here. So I think there is at least, I would say, allegedly, at least, there is some sexual tension, some sexual urgency, satisfaction that's going on here. So I can't wait to see what else is going to come out about this whole situation. But I do think it's going to get messy. Okay, well, let's move on. Let's move on. So now we're going to get into Kim and Kourtney. Are they really beefing? Is Kim and Kourtney really beefing? Oh, I'm getting deaf in my right ear. Like my ear is trying to ring. I feel like, yeah, that one wants to come out. The one flip over, I felt something. Okay, so we have our 3 cards here, and they're all in reverse. Oof. Someone says they are tired of fighting and ready to walk away from it all. Look at all of these leaving cards. Like, I don't know. Let me block this light a little bit. You see in this card, the King of Wands, she's walking away with her kid. And you have the Strength card here, who's getting ready to go into that hermit energy of walking the mountain, of taking that lonely path, of like separating themselves from the pack. Then you also have the Six of Wands here in reverse. And this is also a very defensive card. I think someone is tired of fighting. They're tired of being defensive. They're tired of being a part of the entire clique. And I am really, truly inclined to believe that this is Kourtney. If I was to, allegedly, if I was to pin it on someone, I would think this is Kourtney's energy that we're really in. She is tired of the fighting. She's tired of trying to have to prove herself, of putting herself out there. I think she really wants to just live for herself. I think she is like, I want to be actually spending time and being present with my kids, and not using my kids as some kind of like trophy or circus acts to stay relevant. So people will talk about us. Like, I pimped myself out enough in front of the TV. I won't be doing that with my kids. No, thank you. Like, that's what it feels like. What is the, oop, and then look what we got here. We have bless your heart. Yeah, someone is just like, I want to care about myself more. I love myself more now. I'm in a happy space. I'm not going to be going in this back and forth. But I'm going to say this is Kim. I'm still going to antagonize you. We're still going to have this problem. We're still going to beef. I don't care what you say, because there's still some things that I have not gotten off my mind. I think it's like some things she feel like she needs to air out. She needs to get off her chest for whatever reason. And notice we had this card says, let me lift it up. It says perspective shift needed, right? So remember in the last one when I did the reading on Kim and Tom, we had the Hanged Man in reverse. So again, I'm inclined to believe that this is Kim's energy, allegedly. There is some kind of perspective that she is looking at here, and everyone else is kind of like, well, you're effing wrong. Like, you're not seeing this on a bigger scale. You're seeing this in your one POV, and you're not taking into account everyone else. You get what I'm saying? So I think there's something where she's coming at Kourtney, and it could be a valid reason. I'm not gonna, disregard that. It could be a valid reason why she's coming after her, but it's also like, Kim, look at it from Kourtney's perspective as well. Why she would be tired, why she's not trying to fight with you, why she's fed up. She's at a different place in her life, And then we also have Swamp Angel. Look at nuisance, provocation, gossip, hassle, freeloading, and opportunism. Didn't isn't that why in that clip they apparently got into an argument? Kim felt that Kourtney was being lazy. She was being opportunistic about the whole family and like reaping, like sucking off of Kim's fame, allegedly in quotations and everything. But Kourtney started fighting her, beating her up because of the, I don't know who really won that fight, but it looked like Kourtney was really mollywopping her. But and Kourtney just felt like she was like a bug. She was like a fly, and I'm sick of you. I'm about to squash it. Kourtney feels like she's tired of fighting, and Kim is like, no, I'm not getting up off your neck. I'm gonna keep this foot on your neck. And they are Aries Libra, because I want to say, isn't Kim a Libra? They're opposites. And Aries, and I could say this as Aries. As Aries and Libras, we can go at it. This storm. So I think there's going to be more that's going to come out about the beef between the two sisters. I think this is probably just the beginning. I think some more is going to blow up because they're kind of at the wit's end. I think there's some conversations and things like that behind the scenes that are being had, or they're partially being had, but the right people aren't in the room. And someone is getting fed up. Again, there's something here about someone seeing things in a long-term kind of perspective. Somebody is working on something, but they feel like people are fighting against them to make it happen. They're making it hard for it to happen. And look what comes up at the bottom of the deck again, the mirror. This has to be Kim, because we had the mirror for her earlier in regards to the Kanye reading, the energies between her and Kanye. So what is Kim looking at that she's not happy with, that she's trying to make happen, and she feels like people are just like against her? Source, can I get one more card? Can my ancestors messages? Okay, yeah. She's trying to. What is this new endeavor that she's embarking on? That she's trying to manifest or work on, that she feels like people are just making it hard for her to do. Yep. And then we also have the riddle here. It's some kind of partnership. It's some kind of. So we have the riddle, we have the bridge, and then we also have the lover. This isn't like a jealousy thing, that she's jealous that it seems like Kourtney is finally happy and in a seemingly healthy relationship. That she's always kind of like followed the beat of her own drum, and Kim feels like she's never had that opportunity to do that. And in doing so, she feels like maybe she's made a lot of sacrifices for her family that she probably felt that Kim should have made. I mean, that Kourtney should have made, sorry. But Kourtney didn't, allegedly. I think there's like an incident or something here that they're seeing differently. They're not seeing eye to eye on. They're not seeing eye to eye on. The eye, vision, the storm, the eye of the storm. It feels like the calm of the storm. And then once it starts to pass, some things are going to happen here. Yeah, once it passes, things are going to kind of come loose and shake loose and come out here. I will say this, from what I have gathered from the outside, and I am no fan of keeping up with the Kardashian Jenner clan. I really just don't care. I would say from what I have, that has crossed my timeline over aeons, decades of them being kind of like America's first family, essentially, at least when it comes to Hollywood. I think there has been a lot of situations that they have found themselves in that they could definitely butt heads about, where it comes to Kylie getting into cosmetic surgery and stuff so early, having kids at a young age, the whole relationship with Tyga, with Kendall kind of like going into the slew of basketball players, and you see how it hasn't turned out right for Kim, who's been dating, or is that Chloe, who has been dating basketball players as well, and for Kim, who was, all on the football player wave. Um, I think there's a lot of things behind the scenes they are saying about each other, or could say about each other, that they haven't kind of like really aired out. And I think the public is going to really start to see it, because now they're kind of like, it kind of feels like they're not aiming towards one goal anymore. They're not aiming towards one goal any longer, of kind of like just being the best family with all of these things. I think with the recent pandemic and a lot of the cracks that has been shown with, whether it's the whole Travis Scott situation, you know, uh, the Jordan situation, the whole jet, wasn't it something about Kendall's jet or something like that, the whole thing with Chloe and Jordan. I think there's been a lot of stuff. Oh, even a big one now, a lot of people was like, oh, Kanye was right with in regards to Northwest, is that her name? North being on TikTok and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of things now where it's causing them, because the public is kind of like turning on them. It's causing them to infight and kind of like pick at each other on how to change things around, or being angry at each other, like, why would you do this, or you should have did this, or can we do this, I need your help with this. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. It's done. I'm tired. We've did this for how many years, X plus years. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. And I think that's probably what the argument is coming down um the pipe about, of kind of like, I blame you for letting this and this happen, and I blame you for letting this and this happen. I think certain sisters are talking to each other about certain things behind the scenes, of like, it could be a thing of like, maybe Chloe and Kendall are really close, and they're talking about, well, I didn't like that so and so did this and they let this happen. And it's like, Kim feels left out because she wasn't told this and that by Kendall. I feel like it's a typical sibling squabbles you would have, but I think because, of course, they're public figures, it's coming out front facing center. And I think it's now getting to a point where it's like it just can't be hid. Because like now we're even starting to see Rob more in situations. So yeah, it's something definitely with the new generation. I think it's a way of like how they want to move forward, and I think that's probably the biggest concern for Kourtney, on just like, are we really going to do this again with our kids? I'm afraid of what that's going to happen, because we don't even really know the full repercussions of what we did with each other, to each other, and our strife, our struggle to keep fame. And we're saying do this again with our kids. And Kim is like, yeah, everything else turned out fine. Like, don't you know, once you have enough power and wealth and fame, like, you can change the narrative and do what you want. Like, don't you see our badass PR mom? Like, she could sell rocks as gold. She could sell raid to a bug. Like, come on, we got this. And Kourtney is just like, yeah, no, I don't think so. And I think it's, everyone is going off in these different directions now, because they have their family, and, they have their kids. They're kind of like, oh, wait, I kind of feel embarrassed, or I feel bad about some of the things I did in the past. I wouldn't want my kids to do that. I don't want my kids to see me like that. Like, I know eventually I'm going to have to explain it, because it's all out here, in the public, out here on social media. But yeah, no, I don't think I want to do that. Why are we running our family like a business? I think that's what this whole squabble is about. And until they can figure out how to move forward with that, I think it's going to be difficult. And also look at this 8 of Cups. Kourtney is sick of the shit. She is ready to go. She's like, I'm serene. I want to be happy. All of my dreams are coming true. I'm with somebody who actually loves me for me, despite all the bullshit that I've been through. Like, I don't know if this is Scott or Kanye. Something about somebody ex. That's been coming up with Kim the entire time. So I'm inclined to believe that's Kim. Is Kanye working behind the scenes to make sure she can't find nobody else or be with anybody else? She not gonna be happy with anybody else? Did he ruin her for anybody else? Like, this is all alleged. I just have to say that again. This is all alleged. This is my opinion. Um, yeah, pretty interesting. So I'm going to cut this reading off here. This was basically a reading on Kim and her energies, a relationship with her family. So Kim and Kanye, we did Kim and Tom Brady, and then we did Kim and Kourtney. The next one I'll follow up on Kourtney. On Chloe and Jordan. But yeah, I'm gonna end this here, guys. Let me know what you all think down in the comments. What did you pick up on that I probably overlooked? What are some more readings on the Kardashians you would like to see in the future? Give this video a thumbs up if you like this video. Follow me for more and click the subscribe button so you know the next time I upload. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.